Hello everyone, welcome to Unit 3. Today I'll be discussing about quartile deviation. This is a continuation of my earlier video. Quartile deviation, the formula which I have already discussed, it's Q3 minus Q1 by 2, where Q3 is the third quartile, Q1 is the first quartile, and coefficient of quartile deviation is Q3 minus Q1 divided by Q3 plus Q1. It is a ratio of two items. Today, especially in this video, I'll be discussing about how to calculate quartile deviation and coefficient of quartile deviation for a ungrouped frequency distribution or a discrete series. Now, what do you mean by ungrouped frequency distribution? Ungrouped frequency distribution is of this type. I've given you an example. You can see the values of X are given like 10, 20, 30, which are all discrete values. And for each discrete values, the frequencies are given. For example, like 40 is the X value, or for which 28 is the frequency. This type of question, how to solve it, let's have a look. The first thing which I have to do it for this type of question is calculate the cumulative frequency. So basically, you have to make X, F, and then CF. CF is your cumulative frequency. For example, for this particular question, the X value is 10, F is 2, cumulative frequency, it will be as it is. For the value, next value is 20, the frequency is 5, so cumulative frequency will be 2 plus 5 is 7. The next value of X is 30, the frequency is 12, so the cumulative frequency will be 12 plus 7, which is 19. Following the same method, let's have a look how to do that. Here, X, I have given the values of X and the values of F as well as the values of CF. So if you check it, 2 plus 5, 7, then 7 plus 12, 19, 19 plus 28 is 47, 47 plus 14 is 61. Following same procedure, we have got the final frequency, cumulative frequency is 72, which is all about the total frequency. If we add here the total frequency, which is capital N, that is also will come as 72. Let's see, total frequency is 72. Now what is the next step? We'll calculate the quartile 1, which is N plus 1 by 4th item. That means 72 plus 1 by 4th item, which is 18.25 to 5th item. That means in our cumulative frequency column or in our this particular row, you can see here I have actually given in the row cumulative frequency, which value is either equal to or more than 18.25. So if I go ahead here, I can see here the value is 19. So corresponding value of X is our quartile 1, 30. Following the same procedure, let's find out quartile 3. Quartile 3 is equals to 3 into N plus 1 by 4th item. So 3 into 72 plus 1, N is total frequency, which is 72, 72 plus 1 by 4th item. Therefore, it's coming 54.75. Again, following the same method, you can just have a look here in the cumulative frequency. I'll see which value is either equal to or greater than 54.75. So if I follow here, you can see the value is actually 61. 61. So the corresponding value of X is 50. Therefore, the quartile 3 will be 50. So we have got quartile 1 as 30, quartile 3 as 50. Therefore, quartile deviation is equals to Q3 minus Q1 by 2. So 50 minus 30 by 2, which is 10. Following the same method, coefficient of quartile deviation is Q3 minus Q1 divided by Q3 plus Q1. It's coming as 0.25. I've also discussed about some important measurement of statistics, which is called IQR. IQR is the middle 50% data, And in our case, IQR is coming as Q3 minus Q1, which is 50 minus 30, that is equals to 20. Now, we will see how to calculate quartile deviation for a continuous or for a group frequency distribution. So let's see the question here. Here also we have to calculate quartiles, quartile deviation and coefficient of quartile deviation. Please see the difference from the earlier example. Here the values of x, which are our class interval. The class intervals are coming as 10 to 20, 20 to 30. So they are not giving as a discrete value like 20, 30, 40. Rather than that, they are just giving an interval like 30 to 40, 20 to 30, like that. For this kind of question, what we have to do, let's have a look. Again, the first step to do quartile deviation or quartiles, we have to calculate the cumulative frequency. Cumulative frequency to calculate, just now I have discussed, you have to keep on adding the frequency from one to another. So for the first class, the cumulative, the frequency is 12, cumulative frequency will be 12. For the second class interval, the cumulative frequency, the frequency is actually 25. So the cumulative frequency will be 12 plus 25, which is coming as 37. Following the same procedure, the next one is 37 plus 55, which is coming as 92. 92 plus 120, which is coming as 212. Same procedure will follow, and we can see that the cumulative frequency for the class 70 to 80 is 315. That means the total frequency capital N is also equal to 315 because we keep on adding one after another the frequencies. Now see what is the formula for calculating the quartile one. It follows a similar kind of formula of median which I have discussed in my earlier modules. So Q1 is equals to L1 plus N by 4 minus CF divided by FM into C. Let's see one by one. The first thing we have to check the value of N by 4. What do you mean by N by 4? Total N is equals to 315. Therefore, N by 4 is 315 by 4, which is 78.75. So we need to see in the column of or in the row of CF which value is either equal to or greater than 78.75. In our particular situation, we can see the value is 95. Therefore, the corresponding class interval 30 to 40, this is our quartile 1 class interval. Okay. Therefore, L1 means the lower boundary or lower limit of the class. So 30. So we'll write the value as 30. Here I have written 30 plus N by 4. What N by 4 we have calculated 78.75 minus CF. So minus the cumulative frequency of the preceding class of the quartile class. So the preceding class cumulative frequency is 37. So I've kept it 37. Divided by the FM means the frequency of the quartile class. Frequency of the quartile class is 55. And multiplied by L2 minus L1 or C. C is the common width which is equals to 40 minus 30 which is 10. So I repeat the same thing. L1 is the lower boundary of the quartile class. Quartile class to identify you have to find N by 4. 315 by 4 is 78.75. If we just go here, I'll clean it up so that we can repeat the procedure. 315 by 4 is equals to your 78.75. We have to check in the corresponding class of CF where the value is actually more than 78.75 is 92. Therefore, our quartile 1 class is Q1. This is the class. So L1 is equals to 30 plus n by 4, you can see n by 4 is 78.75, minus CF. CF is the cumulative frequency of the preceding class, which is 37, divided by the FM, which is the frequency of the quartile class, which is 55, and entire thing multiplied by the common width, which is 10. So I have calculated that value, and you can see the value has come as 37.591. Similar way, we can calculate quartile 3. Quartile 3, for quartile 3, we have to find the value of 3n by 4. 3 into 315 by 4 is equals to 236.35. The same procedure should we follow. We need to check in the CF row. We have seen this is 236.35. That value, this 272 is just more than that value. So this is our quartile 3 class. Quartile 3 class is 50 to 60, that class. So therefore L1 is equals to 50. Again the formula is 3n by 4. So 236.25 minus cumulative frequency of the preceding class, which is 212, divided by frequency of the quartile class, which is 60, entire thing multiplied by the common width, which is 10. So we calculate, we get the value as 54.0412. Now we got the Q3 and Q1, therefore we can find the value of, first we will find the value of IQR. IQR or interquartile range is equals to basically Q3 minus Q1, and we got the value as 16.4502. Quartile deviation is basically Q3 minus Q1 by 2. So we have got it 8.2251. And then coefficient of quartile deviation, coefficient is equals to Q3 minus Q1 by Q3 plus Q1. And we have got the value as 0.1795. Once again, I want to remind you these two particular values, they are absolute measure of dispersion, whereas coefficient is a relative measure. Here there is no unit. That's all. In my subsequent video, I'll be discussing about standard deviation. Thank you.